part 2 of this tag because, again, my computer is old. This has to go up in pieces because that's how it is. Where was I? I think I was, yeah, my most viewed video. My most viewed video is actually the review of The Giver of Stars by Julia Moyes. I did a review of that 3 years ago now. Yeah, around then, there, and that has actually 500 views, so that's quite fun. So yeah. What is your favorite video ever you made? I think like that's kind of. I feel like that's one of two things. As I said, I did do like a series of videos where I did like um weird things people say in bookstores, which were very fun to do because those were taken verbatim more or less from real life and they were just bonkers. I also did a Q&A 2 years ago now, and that was kind of fun. It was a quirky Q&A because I asked for questions and no one asked, so I thought like, you know what, I'm just gonna answer things I think you'll ask me. So I did like a bit of a skit thing. I do have done some skit things. You can watch that other Q&A. That also has quite a lot of views. I want to do another Q&A. Haven't gotten more questions for that. So if you have any questions for me, I'll aim them. You can post that then in the other uh, book in that video or here as well, and I'll link it. Mm-hmm. Do you have Do you have a favorite book because of booktube? Interesting question. I've been on it for 5 years now, so a lot of years. A lot of the books I've picked up are because of booktube. But like, yeah, a favorite book. I feel like that's kind of difficult to say. You know what? I'm just gonna make our own video with that because I feel like that will be a fun video. And right now it's kind of difficult to say, but I'll try to make it a video of it. I'll make a whole video of it. What don't you think about that? Isn't that gonna be fun? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Then we have. Do you have a favorite booktube experience to tell us about? Well, let's said a bit about it before. Like when people tag me specifically, it's just lovely, and I love that. It just makes me feel seen. Other than that, I think also I feel like it's quite fun when people do my tags because I create some tags. Some of them, because I always kind of hope that they'll take off. Some of them people have done, some of them people haven't done. But yeah, it's kind of fun to like see people do tags that I've made up. I quite enjoy that. Other than that, I don't know, just yeah, just being in sprints and talking to people and maybe people. If I say what I'm reading and I say like, oh yeah, that's a cool book, and then we start a whole conversation from what I read or like something I say, and then we start a conversation from that, and then I think just kind of interacting on sprints have been like a big thing that I've been loved lately. Like I do, like last year was just Margaret sprints, but this year I do Leander sprints. I do the book hermit Laura sprints. So there's several people I enjoy sprinting with, like not with, but like to be in their chats with them. So yeah, I would say yeah, sprinting. It's very fun. Then next question. What does your book collection look like? Well, you see it behind me here. Those are my read books, and also a lot of them are my favorite books. Here are my unread books. I have a lot of unread books. I have a video about that from earlier this year. I counted 310 unread books. And then I also have a bookshelf in my living room, in my bedroom. So that's fun. So yeah, you see it here. I have made a booktube bookshelf haul, also bookshelf tour. That's been a while. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do that. Also a fun thing to do. I might do that. Yeah, and I also sort of I feel like it was more in the past where you had like bookshelf tours. I don't really feel like bookshelf tour is something that you do anymore on booktube. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I suppose if you want to like specifically my bookshelves, my books collection is there. if you're questioning about what books are on it. As I said, I read lots of different things. I read steampunk, like this whole shelf is more or less just steampunk. I read mythology retellings. I've been reading much more romance lately. I read time travel in fantasy world. I read witches. So that's kind of my jam. Yeah, I'll say that's kind of my main things. I've been reading much more nonfiction these last few years, so that as well. And yeah, now the next question is, what advice would you give new people? I assume this is probably new for you on booktube. But yeah, advice. I would say kind of figure out what you want to do. Like, I suppose if you like to edit, because I feel like some people on booktube, they like to edit as well as talk about books, and if you'd like to do it, do that. But find your thing. And also, I suppose also, so I feel like some people feel like they can't be on booktube because they're not pretty enough, or they're not they don't read a lot. They don't have money to buy books. Maybe they you don't have space for the books. It's like, well, A, you can read books from a library, or B, you can read lots of books on your phone, ebooks, audiobooks. So that's, and also like C, you could find books like in little free libraries, so like not having books to read. And also, if you're considering making a booktube channel, I would say you probably already read for somehow, so like somehow you probably already are getting books some way. Uh, like if you're reading lots of books but from a library, don't be like, I can't be on booktube because I don't have the book hauls. No, the main thing, at least for me, at least I feel like for most of us, is if you enjoyed a book or not. Did you enjoy it? Talk about books that you enjoy. If you bought it secondhand or if you had it from a library, who cares? We don't really care about that. I mean, yeah, unhauled books are fun, but it's not unhauled, on wrapping books, wrapping like unboxings are fun, but it's like, at least for me, the main thing is if the book itself is cool. I don't care if you listen to an audio, do it on an ebook, or if you do it physical form or hardcover. I don't care about that. My main thing is like, did you enjoy the book? And if you didn't, why not? I suppose, yeah, maybe a tip is kind of like, instead of saying like, I enjoy this book, tell us you enjoy this book. Why? Elaborate. Like, tell us why you enjoy the book. Or if you didn't enjoy it, why didn't you enjoy the book? Some people say like they don't do videos of books they don't like. Yeah, and most often know about books I enjoy. I sometimes do like a rant video, but not like often. But if you want to talk about books that you don't like, also do that. You can talk about books you like, books you didn't like. That is up to you. You decide what you want to do it with it. And I feel like people sometimes feel like, well, I just read about these weird books, like books from the 1700s. Nobody will interest in that. Like, dude, do that. There are X amount of billion people on this planet. There is millions of people who like to read. Yeah, I'm kind of assume probably are millions. There pretty much always is gonna be someone who enjoys watching your videos. And also, I think I also hear some people watch videos because they like that person's look and that person's voice, and not necessarily because they very much enjoy the books that they read. So yeah, don't think that you have to read all the popular books, or you have to read this and this book to be found or like to be viewed. Do your own thing. Do your own thing, and people will come to you. I would say also like maybe if you want to have views, if you want to get lots of views, I would say like you could find some tags that people do. You do lots of book hauls. You talk about things, books that people enjoy. Like maybe you read some romantasy books. That's a thing that people enjoy. I mean, there are ways to get views. I suppose the main thing I would say is be yourself, be genuine, and if you are genuine, you will get views. At least in my mind. So yeah, I suppose maybe also like interact, be on sprints, because if people are on sprints, people will ask like, do any people have videos they want to promote? Like they can tell people like, I have a video coming out, we'll check it out. People will maybe sometimes do that, and yeah, and yeah, that is my booktube journey, book tag, in two parts because a life. I will tag some people. I will tag Annalisa Eli because her her thoughts are always fun. I will tag Katie Reads and Rants because kind of interesting to like see if she has some time, like if she has time to do it. It would be fun to see her thoughts. And I will tag. Who else will I tag? I don't know. Maybe those two. Maybe I'll tag someone else. Will I? You know what? I want to tag Crystal because I'm kind of curious what she has to say here. So yeah. And yeah, as always, I'm also gonna link people that I talked about. Um, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this video in two parts. And I'll see you soon. I have some plans, still have some plans for like my anniversary time. I had thoughts of like finishing a vlog by like August. Now thinking that vlog might come out in September, but still, yeah, still, it's gonna be finished just a bit later. And yeah, bye.